in here? Heard about 7 rounds.
As we pull in the driveway, he opened the door. 2 dudes come running from the back.
What'd they look like?
They had on all black and they had hoods on.
Do you know if they were white or black, anything?
They had to be black.
Well, did you see them though?
No.
Okay.
But they were black. They started shooting the car up and he got in.
Akron 911, what is your emergency?
I just heard gunshots and somebody sped away in a car, and then I can hear people screaming outside.
Akron 911.
Somebody just rolled up the street, pulled in my next door neighbor's driveway, and somebody started shooting the boy in the car, and he is dead.
Akron 911.
They're shooting. How many shots did you hear? Man, the car's in our front yard.
What kind of car?
I think it's a black SUV. Let me calm down for a second.
All right, take a deep breath for me.
How many rounds did you hear? Heard about 7 rounds. Some skinny, black-skinned boy, he jumped out the car. You guys, please just come on. The boy.
After receiving the 911 call, police immediately rushed to the scene.
Keep your hands up, man. You got no weapons on you? Turn around real quick. Stay right here. Listen, you two sit down right here. Right here, both of you. Sit down.
When we come across one male, we weren't sure if he was a suspect or if he actually was a victim. There is a vehicle up in the front deck of a house.
Where's he shot at? Huh? Where's he shot? Bro?
Copy 2322.
Who was shooting you guys?
I don't know.
Sit down, man.
All right.
Unlock the doors.
There's another officer at the vehicle, and he can clearly see that the victim is deceased.
All right. All right, we have one male that's unresponsive in the car.
The victim, he was slumped over, and I can see blood coming out of the left side of his body.
See anything? Any shots?
This male has a single bullet hole through his armpit, probably one to his chest.
Is he still breathing?
I got gloves on. Talk to him.
Yo, who is that? Who is?
Oh, that's my cousin.
What's his
That's
name?
my cousin. His name is Noah Kinney. Man, somebody just shot Noah. You okay? Noah? He ain't breathing, bro.
What's your name, boss?
Jeffrey.
Yo, what does this car look like?
I can't see the car, bro.
Jeffrey wasn't really sure why Noah would even pull up at this address. He said he had never been to that address before, but it just didn't quite add up.
So what happened?
2 people in all black came out shooting at the car. Then they ran back over there and I seen the car skirt off, but I wasn't paying attention.
What kind of car was it, man?
I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Jeffrey kept telling us that there was 2 shooters. They were dressed in all black, and he thought that they had been ambushed.
What does the car look like, man?
I didn't know. I don't know.
You didn't see a car or nothing?
They came running out from the back.
Who did?
I don't know.
Oh, they came running out from the back?
Yes.
But there were just a lot of holes in his story.
The only witness on scene can't describe a second vehicle.
Like the description of the shooters, where they had come from. This whole case was just kind of a big mystery.
Let's get you checked out real quick, bud.
Jeffrey indicated that a bullet had grazed him. There was blood coming from his arm, so we took him over to the ambulance.
You know, the bullet wound, and so you have is that a laceration from a strip area, you stitches.
And what was his name?
Kinnur.
Right here.
Is he okay?
How old is he?
Jeffrey,
Sorry, man.
He's 20.
I have to tell you, buddy.
I was working Midnight Detector Bureau, working on other cases, when this call came in.
So we arrived on scene, myself and Detective Kennedy. There was a vehicle crashed into the next door neighbor's house.
It looks like a through the armpit, both sides.
When I first noticed the victim, he looked like he was in his younger 20s. It's kind of a sad situation, but working in the Midnight Major Crimes Unit, we're used to seeing younger folks that are victims of homicides.
Investigators began questioning Jeffrey, the only person available at the scene.
Sorry, man. Who do you know at this house?
At this house?
Yeah, they pulled into.
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He was pulling up here. I don't know.
Oh, he was just pulling up.
Yeah,
you were just in the car.
Yeah, he was. I was just with him.
Yeah.
I don't know who he was pulling up with.
I got you. So you guys pulled into the driveway. What happened?
This is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He got a call. Somebody told him to come over here, wherever. So boom. As soon as we pull in the driveway, he opened the door. Two dudes come running from the back.
What'd they look like?
They had them all black and they had hoods on.
Do you know if they were white or black? Anything?
They had to be black.
Well, did you see them though?
No.
Okay.
But they were black. They started shooting the car up. And he got in and tried to pull off, but obviously he was shot, so the car went out of control. But whoever did it ran this way over here, and there was a car parked right here, and they jumped in and sped off, but I couldn't tell.
So it was parked over here?
Yes, but I couldn't tell
what kind of car it was.
Right.
Did you know if it was a car, SUV, van, anything?
No, it was definitely like a car. It wasn't no truck or nothing.
It was pretty clear that what Jeff was telling us wasn't what happened based off the evidence that we could see at the time.
Investigators searched the backyard after Jeffrey claimed the attackers came from there. He also mentioned the victim grabbed his phone before the attack, and that phone was later found near the car.
So we actually got the phone from Jeffrey after the incident, but since the phone was locked, we couldn't get into it.
After we interviewed him, we noticed in the driveway all the shell casings were in one spot. So it didn't appear that the shooter was moving while they were shooting.
We did recover 7 .40 caliber shell casings. They were all the same caliber, and they were all the same manufacturer. At that point, we could assume that there is only one shooter. We searched the area and never located a gun. So we knew that whoever did this more than likely took the weapon with them. So they were somewhere riding around on the streets of Akron with a loaded handgun, and they had just committed a homicide.
So they were shooting up here.
Let's roll the windows busted out. I don't see any casings though.
Here's the thing though. This car had to have backed in.
That's what I'm saying. His bullet hole is here. He didn't get shot from the back. It's here.
At this point, it was a mystery. We had no idea who the suspect was.
With some clues about the victim, investigators canvassed the area. Nearby, they discovered a CCTV camera, and when they checked the footage, the truth was finally revealed.
You see Noah get out of the Jeep, and he gets into the passenger door of the other vehicle, but never shuts the door. His right leg was actually still hanging out, and it was almost immediately you see his legs start kicking. It was clear that there was a struggle going on inside the vehicle. Noah quickly gets out, and you see what appears to be glass shattering, like there's shots being fired from inside the vehicle. And then you see the suspect get out of his vehicle and continue firing at Noah, shattering the back window of the Jeep. Noah jumps in the passenger side of the Jeep over Jeffrey into the driver's seat and pulls out of the driveway. And that's when he crashes. And then you see the suspect vehicle pull out of the driveway and leave the scene. After watching the video over and over and over again, we can see that based off the shape of the taillights and the headlights, the suspect's vehicle was more than likely going to be a Buick, and we put out pretty quick to patrol to keep an eye out for a Buick vehicle.
When Detective Kennedy and I looked at the video a little closer, we noticed that the suspect was a large frame black male with a beard. So it's pretty huge for us to have actual footage of the shooting. We very rarely are able to see the actual shooter taking the shots.
Investigators continued reviewing the CCTV footage for more information.
We see Lashea, she exits her side door, she bends over, and she picks an object up in the driveway and carries that object inside her house.
We kept zooming in, trying to figure out what Lashea picked up. It could have been drugs, it could have been a gun, it could have been a bundle of money. That made us have so many more questions. Why would she be lying to us? We didn't know if she was involved, if she knew who the suspect was, if she knew who the victim was, or possibly if she was the one that set this whole thing up.
Two dudes come running from the back and start shooting the car up.
At this point in our investigation, we had a witness, Jeffrey. He was not telling us the entire truth of what had happened. And we had Lashea, who was not forthcoming at all. Why would she lie about picking an object up in the driveway unless she was involved some way? This really added to the mystery of the whole case.
Investigators brought in Lashea for questioning about the object she was seen picking up.
Lashea, she had told us that it was her cell phone that she had dropped when she went out to check on Jeff.
And then I came back in. Well, before I came back in, I dropped my phone on the ground. I grabbed it, came back in.
We actually looked to see if we could see her drop anything as she exited the house, and she did not. But she swore up and down it was her cell phone, and she dropped it. It was important for us to try to figure out what that object was, if it meant anything at all.
I'm just going to let you know, I got some questions for you. Okay. You need to be 100% honest with me, because I know a lot more than you think I know. All right?
So I was very irritated going into the interview. Why would she lie about picking an object up in the driveway? It seemed like she was holding some keys to this puzzle for us to try to figure out.
I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. Flat out lied to me. Okay? We know you've seen the video, but I can tell you right now that that video is going to go to the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and they're going to enhance that video, or I'm going to be able to tell exactly what you had in your hand.
She knew that the video that we had was from her own cameras. I figured her knowing that up front, she might come clean.
So in the end, is it going to show that you had a gun in your hand? Is it going to show that you had a wad of cash in your hand?
No, but it was weed. You can understand that. It was weed that I picked up. It was a bag. There was no weapon. There was no cell phone. None of that. It was weed that I picked up off that ground. It was weed.
You need to be 100% honest with me, because I'm really pissed off about this right now.
I'm being honest. That's what it was. It was weed.
Why did you pick it up?
I don't know. My mind was just...
Did you know what it was when you picked it up?
I didn't.
She did say that it was a bag of marijuana that she had picked up. That never made sense to me, because why would she lie about marijuana possession, a minor misdemeanor?
Now, I want you to think real hard about this next question I ask you before you answer it. Am I going to link you to them in any way? The ones that were in the driveway. Am I going to link you to them?
I don't know none of them.
Because
I got truth. I wish I knew more.
Lashea said she didn't know who it was in her driveway, didn't know the suspects, didn't know the cars, but it just didn't make sense why they would be in her driveway. At that point, I definitely knew she still wasn't being honest. So I pressed her pretty hard.
I can tell you that I don't believe that, because that car pulls in your driveway and sits there for 6 minutes with its headlights on. Listen to me for a second. 6 minutes with its headlights on before the victim pulls up and sits there for another minute. People don't feel comfortable doing that to some random person's house unless they know them. Are they using your driveway because you're paying you guys money to use their driveway to do drug deals?
No.
Anything?
No. I don't know who it was. I don't know those two guys. I don't know none of them.
It appeared to us that it could have been a drug deal. Two vehicles meeting up, pulling into a driveway after 11 o'clock at night, somebody getting out of one vehicle into another. We weren't sure if one party tried to rob the other party, but that's what made the most sense to us at that time.
I mean, really, right now, what I should be doing is trying to figure out who killed Noah. I shouldn't be in here talking to you over what you picked up out of the driveway. So you know you're under arrest for tampering with evidence, right? Which is a felony. Then you have to go to Summit County Jail for that.
When we have a homicide case, I mean, it's not uncommon for people to lie to us. It happens all the time. We weren't sure exactly what her connection was to this besides it just happening at her house. So, Lashea was cleared as a suspect for the homicide. But I signed charges on her for tampering with evidence and for obstructing.
Noah's family was devastated and deeply disturbed by the incident.
I started to get calls from his friends. You know, I think something happened to Noah. They said, Noah was shot. Noah was shot. I think he's dead. I think he's dead. And I kept telling them, stop saying that. You guys always have your drama going on. I just didn't want to believe it. I just didn't want to believe it.
Noah was the absolute best father I could have ever imagined for our daughter. He lit up every single room that he walked into. The night that Noah was murdered, we were texting, and I asked him, I said, hey, can you come over? And he's like, yeah, I'll be over there in about 15 minutes. You know, I just got to drop my friend off. And so I waited and I waited on him to come. And when I didn't get a message back from him, I just had this really bad feeling, because when Noah tells you he's on his way, he's on his way. And I got that phone call. They told me that he was shot. I kind of had the feeling that he was gone right then and there.
Focusing on the theory that drugs were involved, detectives turned their attention back to Jeffrey, who was with Noah when he was killed.
Jeffrey, he had a warrant for his arrest. It was a felony warrant on other charges against him. We wanted to give him time to get treated at the hospital, and then he was brought down to the station for an interview.
I want to talk to you a little bit more about your buddy, okay? So, this is things that happened since I talked to you the other day.
Jeffrey, he was pretty emotional when we first spoke to him out at the scene.
Man, somebody just shot Noah. He ain't breathing, bro.
I'm going to read you right again. I'm not charging you with anything for this, but just because you're in custody and you're not free to leave because of your other charges, you have great remain silent, understand that?
For this interview with him, we were hoping that his head was a little bit more clear. Plus, at that time, we knew that some of the things he told us initially weren't true, so we wanted to press him on those issues as well.
I can find out hella. I'm trying to get out, bro. I just seen my cousin die. I'm going crazy in jail, bro.
I understand, but that's not a warrant. I don't have anything to control of that. I'm trying to solve who did this to Noah, you know?
Jeff was pretty key in this case because he definitely cared about Noah. We do have homicide cases where witnesses can care less about the victim, but he wanted to find out what happened to Noah and why it happened.
Was he actually talking to somebody when you were in the car?
Not in the car, but when we was at my friend's house, we was talking to somebody right before we left. I just didn't know who he was talking to.
And you said you left a friend's house with him?
Yeah, we came from like my friend Trippie house. His name is Excel.
Excel? Is that a real name? Or
yeah, it's Excel. EXCEL. We call him Trippie though. That's just a nickname.
Now, is Trippie friends of both yours, or is it his friend?
Yeah, that's both of our friends.
How long have you known him?
A long time. We left from over Trippie's house.
Yeah, that's Excel.
That's Trippie, yeah.
Okay.
And we left from over there. He called Noah while we was on the way to wherever we was going. I don't know.
Okay.
Jeffrey and Noah Kinney left their friend's house, nicknamed Trippie, and that's where they were coming from, and he thought Trippie had something to do with it.
Called Noah's phone and said something to him. I don't know what he said.
After you left his house, he called Noah's phone?
Yeah. That just seemed kind of weird because Noah didn't tell me what the cell was saying and everything.
Okay. Was he acting weird, Trippie?
Wasn't acting weird, but it was just weird that he talked to me and he tell me.
He seemed so persistent that Excel was involved. You know, that's making us think, well, maybe this Excel has something to do with it.
That's all I'm thinking about it, that Trippie situation. That's literally the last person we talked to. Yeah, I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was sad.
We needed to track down this Excel and interview him to see what he knew, who he may have introduced Noah to, and figure out who actually did this crime. We didn't know if Excel had a connection to that house, if Excel had a connection to Lashea. At this point, it's just a big puzzle, and Excel maybe had some answers that would help us put this puzzle together.
Investigators questioned her about what really happened that night.
So, can you tell me what you know about what happened on that night? Because I know that they were at your house earlier that day.
They came and chilled with me, like, me on the day. Just chilling. I said, leave. Come back. I was expecting some like that shit.
Do you know about what time they left that night?
10:30.
Did Noah or Jeff, did they make any mention about anywhere they were going to go, anyone they were going to talk to, or any business that they were going to do?
At first, you could tell he was kind of holding back. We figured if we kept pressing him, we would probably get more information from him that might help us solve this case.
There's some speculation that maybe you set up a meeting with Noah and the guy that he met with. Did you introduce him to anybody?
You know, my people are a little bit
Who's that person? Do you know what Melvin looks like?
big.
Like how big?
Got some weight on the thing, about 275 pounds.
Okay. Do you know about how old he is? Okay. Do you know what Melvin's last name is?
Once he gave us a description of Melvin, it kind of clicked with us because it matched the description from the video. At that point, we're thinking that we might be on the right track, so we're pushing him a little bit more on that.
Is Melvin involved in anything? Do you happen to have a number for Melvin? A phone number? And I just want to make sure that you didn't text, Noah and say, hey, go meet this guy or whatever.
He showed us his cell phone, and it was in his contacts, and it was under Mel. No last name at that point. But the information that he gave us about Melvin, his description, it was all consistent with the video. So I pull up this nursing home's Facebook page, and I start scrolling, and I'm scrolling, and I see the name of an employee of the month, Melvin Terry, and it's got a photo of the guy. Guy's smiling. He's a light-skinned black male, heavier set with a beard. He matches the description from the video. It matches what Excel said. So now I'm starting to put the pieces together, and I'm like, this is our guy.
Investigators discovered a connection between Noah and Melvin. By checking call records, they found several messages exchanged between them.
One of the text messages was from Melvin to Noah to meet him at that address.
Investigators located the car for major evidence and sent it to the lab for further clues.
It had bullet holes in it, and the passenger window also had bullet holes in it. There were still bullet holes in the metal behind the door cover. And there was also blood on the inside passenger door of Melvin Terry's car. We did swab the blood. Those blood swabs went to BCI, or Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and we did get a hit for Noah Kinney's blood. So we knew at that point that Noah Kinney was shot in Melvin Terry's car because his blood was in the car.
The owner of the shop, he showed us the invoice for repair for that vehicle, and on that invoice the name of Melvin Terry was on there with a phone number. We were able to track that phone number back to our suspect, Melvin Terry, his father.
Flip through it now, okay? Here's the first tab.
The case took a new turn when investigators learned that Melvin was driving the car that night. With enough evidence in hand, they moved in, arresting and questioning him.
We felt we had enough to sign a warrant for Melvin Terry for this homicide. The motive in this case was never really crystal clear. You know, our theory early on was that it was a drug deal that went bad. But to this day, we still don't know exactly what happened.
After a long week of trial, Melvin was convicted of Noah Kinney's murder. Justice was served, but a precious life was lost forever.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories that delve deep into the heart of the human experience.